Hello there and welcome to Team Clueless Games. Today I'm going to be playing Warhammer Quest, the Silver Tower. My last video, obviously I did the old school Warhammer Quest, obviously which I've enjoyed playing. But I wanted to have a go at Silver Tower this time. Another one which I haven't really played much of this. I've only ever really done the first adventure on this. And that's what I'm going to be starting off with. Just so we can get a bit of a comparison as to what the older Warhammer Quest was like to what they've done with this one. I don't own the other one that they did, which I can't remember what it was called. But obviously there is the new Warhammer Quest coming out this year, soon-ish, hopefully. The Cursed City, which I'm looking forward to possibly picking up myself. So for this one, I've pretty much done setup. I've just got to double check, make sure I am all good to go. I've got a fate board here. Got a pile of treasure card and pile of skill cards. These are the destiny dice, but I will get around as I'm playing what each bit I'm doing, and that is the renowned wound tokens here. I'm playing as 4 characters. None of my miniatures in this game are painted at all. I do apologise. You are going to see a load of grey plastic wandering around, hitting each other. I know. Obviously, the exploration deck, there's my deck of cards which I'll go through. I know there is only 7 rooms, and it tells you what basically symbol on the cards you need. So I've got a pile here. That's the 7 room tiles. That I may see all of them. I don't know. That one at the end is obviously, that's the final chamber. But you've got one. This one is kind of like the T-junction in the old Warhammer Quest. You've got a couple of exits, so you could split the card up. I could see that early on and have to split up. I don't know. The characters I've got the Darkoff Chieftain. I've got Knight Quester. I've got a Mist Weaver. And I've got the Tenebral Shard. I've probably pronounced that completely wrong. Each of the characters have got their 4 dice that they need. And as I say, they've all got different skills. I will go through bits as I play through. My Chieftain is going to be the first player, and I'm going to go first, second, third, fourth as I go through this. So I will just make sure I finish setup and that, and I will come back and we'll start the adventure and see how we get on in this one. Right, let's hit go then with the first round. So I'm all set up. I have to use the guidebook to start myself. Just help start yourself off. It gives you basically a setting up guide for picking your characters and sorting out your first thing. Now, the game is split into different rounds. The first round is your Destiny phase, and then you've got your Hero phase, Enemy phase, and End phase. So, to start off with, as I say, Destiny phase, all I have to do is roll these 5 purple dice, and you get to keep any unique numbers, any duplicates. So I've got 2 1s, there was 2 5s there. Go. And I get to keep the 6, which goes on my fate board as a dice there for later use. Now, because we're all in the starting chamber, we're all okay. If later rounds, if you roll any doubles, there are consequences to that, which is on the back of the book, and I shall go through them as we play. So that's the Destiny phase done. That's all there is. So you roll those 5 dice, and as I say, later on there could be consequences. We then move on to the Hero phase, where obviously we're taking it in turns, starting with my Chieftain, and they get to act on their turns. What they get to do first of all, I'll bring my dice tray back in, shouldn't have taken that away. Each hero's got 4 dice. I roll them. I get to stay in the box. Ooh, 3 6s and a 2. So they all get to go on my hero card. So I'll just bring the camera over so you can show you this guy's card. So I just put them all up there at the moment. And all these different skills have got a different ability. So charge there at the top there. I need a 6+. So one of these dice which got 6 means I could do that charge action, which is move and make a weapon attack of my choice. And I've got my 2 weapon axes choices there which I could do. So I could choose either one of them to do. Obviously there's Death Blow, and the traits in Renown are different things that you can gain throughout the game. Now there are some other obviously basic actions that all heroes get to do. for a 1+, so you can use any dice to do it. Your basic actions are to explore, so that is going to be the first action I need to do with this character anyway, is explore. So 1+. So I'm going to use the 2 that obviously you did that I rolled. So exploring is I flip over the top card of the deck. So this basically says you can make this action whenever your hero is standing on an unexplored exit, one which is not connected to another chamber, obviously. After you've spent the hero dice, turn over the top card of the exploration deck and follow these steps. So first of all, I'm going to find the Gig passage. So set up the chamber shown on the card so that one of its exits completely lines up with one of your with the one in your hero's chamber. Place any portals on the chamber as shown on the thing. So that basically goes on there, and these are the portals that goes there. The portals are basically teleport. So if I had a character in here and then the rest of the party was a room or 2 above, rather than walking through all of them, you can step through the portal and come out. So we set the room up. Second thing we have to do when we explore is read the text on the card and follow any instructions. So the text on this says, the floor moved constantly in this place, clicking and whirling as it interlocked and spun apart in ever-changing configurations of crescent tiles and seamlessly meshing cogworks. Roll on encounter table B. It's on the back of the adventure book. There's 4 encounter tables, A, B, C, and D. I've got to roll basically a D6 and see what's there. So let's roll. I'll roll the D6. I'm not going to hit the dice tray for this. Let's see. We'll get a 3. So 3. Place 1 Carrick Acolyte per player and 1 Blue Horror per player. So that's going to be 8 monsters that's set up. Okay? And they're set up as close to the centre of the chamber as possible. Place the exploration card face up next to the chamber and put the rest of the exploration deck next to the new chamber exit. So basically all that happens is this just moves up, this just stays there to say there. So that is explore. Right, there we go, I'm back. There's a corridor here set up with lots of plastic miniatures. So these 4 at the back here are the Blue Horrors. These 4 here are the other guys, the Carrick Acolytes. So we're still on the Chieftain's turn. So he's done his first thing, which is he's activated. He's done the explore. So he spent 1 dice there. He's still got 3 dice left, and then 1 character gets to act. Well, only 1 character this turn. Any character can use the dice that you rolled for the destiny dice. Obviously, all the unique dice. I've only got the 1 this turn because I only got 1 unique number. I can use whatever dice I want from there for the Chieftain, but then the highest dice goes into a pool, so the Chieftain can't use every dice from the Destiny. The first player can't use basically every dice from there. It will get split amongst all the other characters. So, because we're still in the Chieftain's turns, let's see. The other basic actions he can use for a 1+, he could move, or he can recuperate, which is obviously just gaining wounds back. But that goes 1+, 2+, 3+ to get wounds back. So there's a way of healing in this one, which I didn't have when I did the old Warhammer game. So let's basically do this guy. We've got his charge ability, so we're going to take one of the 6s off. 6+ charge. So we get to move and then make a weapon action of our choice. So he's basically just going to step into here, and we shall do an attack. I'm just going to do a weapon attack. I'm going to use his broadsword. It basically does more damage. Normally, to use the broadsword, you need one of your dice to be a 4+. So obviously this was a 6+, and I'm doing a special thing charge. Range is combat, so it is only in close combat. It says missile if it's basically like an arrow. Or the other one you've got is area. So obviously which takes an area. So I'll take the dice. To hit, I need a 3+ on this dice to hit the enemy guy in front of me there. Which is what I'm going for. I miss. Attack over. That was a bit of an anticlimax for that one. Right, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to have another go with that attack. I'm going to use my other 6. I'm going to use my broadsword. And I'm going to attack this guy again. I've hit him. Now I deal D3 damage. Let's have a quick look. These guys are at the back of the book. Some of them are slightly different. Let's see. Vigor 3. So they have 3 wounds each. 3 wounds. I deal D3 damage. It's a 5. I deal 3 damage to him. I kill that guy. I'll put him over there at the moment. Now, the Chieftain's got another ability. I'm just going to quickly read it. Death Blow. Once per turn, after you slay an adversary, you can pick another adversary that was adjacent to it and attack it with the same weapon. It must be in range of the weapon, and you do not need to spend a hero dice. So, I'm going to see if I can Death Blow into this guy. Say once per turn. So, we hit. We deal 3 damage. That's him dead. So, now I've got 1 more dice left for this guy. It's another 6, so I'm going to spend it. I'll do another charge action. I'm going to charge over here, and I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack the guy with the shield with me broadsword. So again, 3+ if I hit. I miss. Okay, so I could. You know what? I'm going to use the destiny dice with my guy here. I'm going to try and attack. I'm going to attack the same guy with the broadsword. So 3+ to hit. I miss. Okay, that's the destiny dice gone. So that is all of them done. Need that one over there. So that is the Chieftain. That is literally his move. All done. Dusted. Move on to the next person. So my Night Quester. Let's see what. So first of all, roll his 4 dice. I get 2 1s, a 3 and a 4. So we just put them on his sheet for the moment. Now I need to spend a 1 to move at least. So we go 1, 2. So he can come up here. Oh, I completely forgot actually. That's what I'll show you this now quickly. I believe this is right. You've got your renown track here. So every time, let's say this is your renown marker. So when a character kills a monster, it basically goes round. When it goes all the way back round to the top, you basically get to draw 2 skill cards and keep one of them for that character. So that is the way of leveling up your characters in this one by getting other skill cards and stuff. So let's see here. We've got the Night Quester. Let's just move the camera back a bit so you've still got the tray there. So spent 1 dice to move up into there. Now he has got his different abilities. His weapon action, he's got a Warblade, which only costs, which is 1+ to use, so I can use it with any dice. It's a 3+ to hit and does 2 damage to an enemy. A Thunder Charge Strike, which is a 6+ on a dice, so I can't use that this turn. That needs a 3+ to hit and does 3 damage. So there's only 1 extra damage, so it's not particularly brilliant. His special abilities, he's got a Guard Stance, which I need to use a 3+ on. I get to put 1 of my hero dice on his card until the end of the round, and whilst there, I have a save of 3+ rather than 4+. So that basically gives him an extra, a slightly better save. Challenge 2+. I can pick an adversary and move it up to 3 spaces towards me. If you spent a hero dice with a score of 4 or more, pick up to 3 adversaries. So that is basically a way of, for the Night Quester, you know, he's a Stormcast, he's supposed to be a good guy, big hero and that. He can make the bad guys come towards him to help save, obviously, some of the other heroes that are in the dungeon with him. But for now, to start with, I think obviously we're just going to use the Warblade and attack. We shall start off with, I'm just going to attack the guy in front of me with his Warblade. So 3+, I miss. We shall use another dice, attack him, 3+, I hit. It just does a flat 2 damage, that is it. And these guys, he has 3 health, but some of the bad guys, because they are modelled slightly different. This guy's got a shield and a weapon. He actually has 4 health rather than 3. This guy, because he's got a bigger weapon, I believe he's got the glaive, he deals 2 damage rather than 1 with his attacks. So there's slight variations. Obviously, they've got you the models, and there are slight variations to some of the character things in it. But I'm going to attack this guy again. He's on 1 wound, but I'm just going to use my Warblade and swing in and miss. We've now got the Mistweaver, which is this person over here. Let's roll her 4 dice. She gets, see what she's got to play with. 2, 3, 4, 6. Now she's got, excuse me. Right, she's got 3 different weapon actions that she can have. She's got an Elven Blade, which is a 1+, used with any dice. That is a combat weapon. You need a 4+ to hit, and it only does 1 damage. So she's not particularly the close combat-y person. She's got an Illusionary Assault, which you need 3+ on a dice. And that is a missile weapon. Needs a 3+ to hit and does D3 damage to a thing. So she's more going to be a missile-y person there. And she's got Bedazzled, which is a 6+. It affects an area and it hits on a 3+ and it stuns. I will double check on stun. I believe it just means that that person doesn't act in their phase. The skill she's got, Glimmer Mist on a 3+. Put a hero dice here, making sure it still shows its score. Till the end of the round, any attacks that target the Mistweaver or another hero in the same chamber will miss if the attack rolls the exact same number as the dice. So I can put my 4 on her, and then when the enemies attack, when I roll my d6, any 4s I roll, they miss, basically. So it's a way so she can give the bag give your heroes a bit of extra protection. So a weapon with area range targets each enemy miniature in the same chamber. Make an attack roll for each in the order of your choice. Right, so here we go. Mistweaver's going to go use her first dice. She's going to move. She's going to go 1, 2. She's going to come into here. I'm going to use my 6. I'm going to do my Bedazzled, which is the area attack for chance of stunning. Now, excuse me. Area attack affects everything in the chamber that you're in. So everything that in this, every enemy in this room, I get to chance of hit. So it's a 3+. It stuns them and they do not act on their turn. So I'm going to start at the back here. This person is stunned. Put a stun marker there. This one is stunned. This blue horror is stunned. This blue horror is stunned. So the blue horrors are all stunned. Guy with the shield is stunned. And the other guy is also stunned. Okay, so that's handy. So on their turn, they are not active. None of the bad guys, I can remember that all of them are stunned. I'll just take that away. All these guys are actually stunned. That was some pretty good rolling. I'm just going to do my missile attack on this guy here, who's on 1 wound. Actually, I'm going to do it on this guy with the shield to start with, I think. So it's a 3+ to hit. I hit. It does D3 wounds. I deal 3, so he's down to 1. Last dice. I'm going to try the missile attack again on him. I hit. Does D3 wounds. There you go. He is dead. He is out of there. So that's her. She's gone to white, so she's got a kill. So she moves round 1 on the renown track. Now all we need to do is the last character. So this is her over here. She gets on her dice 2, 2, 2, 4. Right. So her abilities. Her weapons are both combat weapons. So she's going to be of no use. Actually, no, sorry. She can move through the character there and get into combat. She has got an ability called Shadow Strike, where I get to remove her, then set her up anywhere on the board. In his next action is if his next action is a weapon action, the damage is doubled. So if any of my dice were 6+, they're not. I could just teleport her off, bring her there, and then deal double damage with her weapons. Graceful Killer is the other one. If you roll a 6 for one of her attack rolls, you can immediately make an attack of your choice without spending a dice. That's handy. So her attacks that she's got, Bladed Barbs, which is I can use any dice on. It's a 1+. Hits on a 2+, so she only misses on a 1. Just deals 1 damage. So she's pretty good at hitting with that one, just to do little bits of damage. And she's got Reaper Gauntlets, which is you need a 4+ on a dice. It hits on a 3+ and does D3 damage. So she has 4 move. So I'm going to spend a dice and move. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe you can move through your characters. You obviously can't move through enemies. I'll use my Bladed Barbs. So it's just the 1+. I'll use one of my 2s on there. I'm going to try and finish off this guy. So 2+ to hit. I hit. I deal 1 damage. He's dead because he had already taken 2 wounds. The Blue Horrors have got 2 wounds each. So for the first one, I'm going to try my Reaper Gauntlet. So it's a 4+ dice. So I've only got one time I can try this. I hit on a 3+. I hit. I deal D3 damage. Deal 3 damage. So that's going to be a Blue Horror killed. Now, with the horrors, when a Blue Horror is slain, you replace it with a pair of Brimstone. Boom. There we go. We've got Brimstone guys there. So basically, the pink horror goes to a Blue Horror. The Blue Horror goes to the Brimstone horrors. So I'm going to use my last dice to try and hit the Brimstone horrors. They only have 1 wound. It's a 2+. I hit. I deal 1 damage. Sorry, they only have 1 wound. So that is that one dead, as that was the only one that could actually action. Now all the characters have actually had their phase, had their turn. You then move on to the enemy phase. Obviously they're all stunned. My character managed to stun them all, so they don't actually do anything. What you'd normally do, I'll bring the book in here. At this, you basically got the horror. These are the horrors, their stats and everything. You've got a behaviour table. I'd basically roll a d6 and find out what they would be doing. So I would roll 1 dice for all the Blue Horrors, and then all the Blue Horrors would do whatever it says. I'd roll 1 dice for the Brimstone, 1 dice for obviously the Acolytes I've killed. So they all have their own activations. Obviously, no, they're not doing anything. So after all the adversaries have acted, it goes to the end phase. So basically, the first player token moves on. So now my knight is actually is going to be the first player in this one, and that is it. Right, let's move on to the next round. So back to the round, we go through the Destiny phase again, where I get to roll my 5 dice. Any doubles now, there is an effect. So let's see. I roll, get you in the box. I've got a double 3 and a double 4, so I only get the 6 again. So what do they do? If any 3s are discarded, and any of the heroes have 2 or more skill cards, set up blot as close to the hero as with the most. Heroes cannot use skill cards while blot. So blot is basically there's a couple of little acolyte type sort of things for the Gaunt Summoner. That's the main boss of the tower. So obviously we discard the 3s. So that's gone. So the double 4s. What are the double 4s? If any 4s are discarded and there are any adversaries on the board with vigor 3 or more. Let's just double check the horrors again. No, the Blue Horrors have 2, so I don't need to worry about that. You'd set up tweak as close as possible to the one with the highest vigor, and you subtract 1 from any of the boss rolls. So nothing happens at the moment there. I just discard the 3s and the 4s. The Knight Quester, he is the first person. Let's roll his dice. A 1, 2 2s, and a 5. Well, we have to spend 1 to move to start with. So he shall move into that spot. He's now pinned there, so he needs to kill this blue horror. We shall use a 2. We shall attack the blue horror, so we need a 3+. Miss. Try again. We hit. We will deal 2 damage. That's the blue horror dies. Comes a brimstone. I'm going to place it in front of him. And then last dice, I'm going to just do the same again. I'll just see if I hit and kill. I hit and kill the brimstone horror. So that is him done. I'm not going to use the 6 on him. The destiny dice. I may as well keep that for someone else. We now go to the Mistweaver, sitting at the back here. Rolls her dice. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Well, we may as well use the 3+ as a missile attack, I think, to start with. Try and take out one of the blue horrors. So 3+, not in the box. I miss. My 6, I'm going to put it as a Glimmer Mist. So it shows the score until the end of the round. So if obviously enemies do attack this round, any 6s they roll miss. She's got 1 and a 2. I'll use 1 dice. I'm just going to move up 1 space there. And the 2 I'm going to ignore. I'm not going to put her into combat. So now we move to the Shard. What she get? 3, 2 4s, and a 6. Right. She will. I'll use the 3. I'm just going to move. So let just move up. And then we shall use we use the 4, which is a 3+ to hit. She's using a Reaper Gauntlet, so 3+ to hit, hits, deals D3 damage. Only deals 1 damage, so a pink horror, blue horror is on 1. I may as well just use her Reaper Blade for the next attack. It's 2, it hits, it just deals 1 damage. So that is a blue horror killed, and replaces with a brimstone. And I'm going to use my Reaper Gauntlet again, because I've got my last dice as a 6. So see if she hits and deals 3 damage. I'm going to go for the blue horror. She hits, deals D3 damage, 2 damage. That one's dead, and it's replaced with a brimstone. So that's them gone. We then got my Chieftain. He's the last one to go. So we've got 2 4s, and a 6. So we're going to spend the 6. So he does his charge. So I move. He moves 3 spaces. He can just go 1, 2, goes into there and makes an attack action. I'm just going to use this War Axe because it's just 2+ to hit and deals 1 damage. It hits, deals damage, kills that one. Just spend the 4. I hit, I deal damage. That's that. So that is the monsters all dead. He may as well do a move action, and then I'm going to do the explore action again with this guy. So just to get the next room down. My next room, the Librarian. So I've got to read passage 76 from the book. As the great golden portal swung wide, beyond was revealed a library that seemed stolen from some madman's dreaming. No ordered repository of lore was this, but a scattered of crumbling scrolls and forbidden tomes that ran riot in impossible profusion. At the champion's exclamation, the air grew thick, and there billowed smoke within which mirrored colours shone bright. From that fume stepped the demonic librarian of that strange chamber. 1 digit lay upon his rubbery lips in a mocking appeal for silence. It says, set up a pink horror as close to the centre of the chamber as possible. This is the librarian. He follows all the rules for pink horrors and has some additional rules on the expiration card. So let's get my pink horror, set him up in the centre of the room. Just make sure. So yeah, so you got there. So there's my pink horror in the centre of the room. So now the rest of the card. The Librarian is a pink horror with a vigour of 8 rather than 4. So he's got 8 health rather than 4 health. He acts at the same time as any other pink horrors. You do not need to make a separate roll on the behaviour table. Add 1 to the damage value for each of his weapons. When the Librarian is slain, he is not replaced with any blue horrors. Instead, reach passage 59. So at the moment in this room, we've just got a Librarian who's got 8 wounds. And he's acting as a pink horror. It's almost the Adversary Phase, but I'm going to use the Destiny dice, which is the 6 for my Chieftain. And you know what, my Chieftain's quite mad. He's basically going to do a charge action. So he's going to go 1, 2. Then he's going to swing at the Librarian with his broadsword. So if I roll down the centre, it happens. It's a 1, he misses with his attack. So that is my phase gone. So we go to the Adversary Phase. Obviously, we get to do it this time. So I should go through the rules quick. So as I say, you pick the group that's going to activate. So it's going to be the pink horror. Then I roll on their table. So they roll a D6 on the behaviour table. They get a 4, 2 to 4. Each horror in the group moves so there are as many heroes in its chamber as possible. Then each horror in the group attacks with pink fire. Right, okay, so it's got to try and move into this. So the pink horror, it's got to try and move into this chamber because there's three heroes in that chamber, only 1 in here. It has an agility score, which is basically it's like a pinning test, like from the original one. I've got to roll over. It's got an agility of 3, so I've got to roll 4, 5, or 6, and he will move. It's a 2. He doesn't move. He stays there. So the Chieftain is getting this pink fire in his face. So it is just 1 dice. It's an area attack, so that's why it would affect everyone in the chamber. So it's only going to affect the Chieftain. For a pink horror, on these, I'll see if I can get it in here for you. For the horrors, for these sort of stats, there's the numbers. So you've got 3+, 4+, 5+. It's basically saying pink horror, blue horror, brimstone. So rather than having a separate page for them all, they're all on the same. So pink horror, this needs a 3+ to wound, and it does 1 damage. It's a 6. The Chieftain takes a wound. So what you do with a wound, I'll just go bring the camera over here to a sheet so you can see. Move that up a bit. So with a wound, I take a wound marker, I place it over one of his dice slots. So next turn, he only rolls 3 dice rather than 4. If all the wound slots are obviously taken up, I only get to use dice that are on the Destiny board. If I'd have to add a 5th wound, that's when the character's dead. It's the same for all the characters. They've all got the same sort of wounds and that. So yeah, so 5 wounds and that character dies. So at the moment he's taken 1, but he can obviously heal. Right, so that's the Adversary Phase. End phase is all done. Nothing to do there. So we move back around to the Destiny Phase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice again. Oh, 1's gone out the box. So re-roll that. Oh, this is good. I shall show you. I've rolled 5 different numbers, so I get to keep all 5 dice this time. My Mistweaver is the first person who's going. She rolls her dice. She gets 1, 3, 4, and 6. So to start with, she's going to use her 1 to let herself move. So she gets to move 4. She gets to go 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to move over into there. We are going to spend my 6 on her dice. We're going to try and do the bedazzled. I'm going to try and see if I can stun the pink horror for a turn. So 3+. I hit, so the pink horror, this pink horror is actually stunned for the phase. My other 2 dice, I'm going to use. I'm going to do my missile attack. So it's 3. I can use both the dice. It's 3+. I've got 3 and a 4. So 3+ to hit. I miss with that one. Next one, 3+ to hit. I miss. Ooh, I missed a couple of there. I'm going to show you this quickly. So I'm going to use the 3 from here to make the same missile attack. So the 6 basically goes down there. So when it comes to the next character's turn, the 6 will go back up here because it's the highest number. So she can use that. So it basically kind of just stops, as I said, it stops one character using the 5 extra dice to make full 5 extra actions. When it gets to the last character, any dice that are left here, they get to use whatever dice are left. She's going to do a missile attack, so 3+ to hit. It's a 1, I miss again. Oh, she didn't. Maybe the pink horror is going to survive. I'm glad I stunned it. Okay, so the shard, let's go with her. She gets a 2, 3, and a 4 and a 4. Unfortunately, not a 6. I really could have done. I'm going to use the 6 from the Destiny dice. So the 5 can go back there. So she can do her Shadow Strike. So she removes, and I can set him up anywhere on the board. So he's going to appear behind the pink horror. And that's the Shadow Strike done. My next move is a weapon attack. It's going to be, I'm going to use my Reaper Gauntlet. So I'm going to use one of my 4s. As long as I hit, I do double damage. So it's a 3+ to hit. It's a miss, so no double damage. Reaper Gauntlet again. Let's try again. Oh, out the box. Would have hit. It's a hit. It's a 6. So Graceful Killer. If you roll a 6 for one of his attack rolls, you can immediately make an attack of your choice without spending a dice. So excellent. So this one's hit. I deal D3 damage. I deal 3 damage. So let's do put 3 there. And I'm going to make another attack with the same weapon, which I hit again. It doesn't say that it doesn't stack actually. So I've hit again. D3 damage. Deal 2 wounds this time. So 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it stacks, but I'm going to do... unless I get a rule that tells me... I see a rule that tells me otherwise. This turn I'm going to say it stacks. It's a miss anyway, so I miss with that one. 2 more dice left. I can't do the Reaper Gauntlet attack unless I use a Destiny dice, which I'm not going to do, I don't think. She's taken 5. I'm just going to do my normal attack. So 2+ to hit. It hits. Oh, that's a 6. So I get to make an immediate attack roll. The same again. So it's going to take 1 wound. Attack roll. I'm going to do the same again. I missed that time though. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take those ones off and replace that with a 3. And last attack, same again. 2+ to hit. I roll a 4. I deal 1 wound. So 6, 7. So the Librarian's on 1. We've got the Chieftain next. He rolls his 3 dice. He gets 2 3s and a 4. He's just going to use his War Axe to hit, I think. So War Axe 2+, deals the damage, misses with the first one. Second one hits, deals the damage, 6, 7, 8. The pink horror is dead. So where is my adventure book? I have to read passage 59. There came a sound of wet and monstrous ripping as the Librarian's torn bodily in two. Where once stood a great pink fleshy being, now 2 smaller blues similar took its place. Grumbling in great indignation for all of their bluster, these beings feared the champions and told them a precious secret, an ancient incantation that would still the blinding light of sorcery for a time. Even as the champions puzzled over this sliver of lore, the demons vanished, returning to the shimmering smoke whence they came. The Rune Mark player takes Takes the exploration card titled the Librarian until the end of the trial. Its purpose will become apparent later should you survive that long. So the Mistweaver, this person here, has got the Librarian card. Okay, don't know what it's going to do. We may find out later. And then the last dice, the Chieftain's going to heal himself. And then he'll use one of the explanation dice to move. And he's going to leave it there, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So he's gonna... No, you know what's on it? He'll use another dice. So that only leaves one dice for the other guy. He is going to explore. And we find an abandoned nest. So the abandoned nest. This chamber bore a beast's musky stink. Claw marks marred the walls, and gold glittered amidst the bones on the floor. Roll on encounter table C. So let's roll a d6. Encounter table C. We've rolled a 3. 1 grot scuttler per player, and an unexpected event occurs. So we get 4 grot scuttlers. This is the rule. It's at the bottom of the encounter tables here. When an unexpected event occurs, roll 2 dice, one after the other. So we roll, the first one is a 2, next one is a 2. Treat the first dice as the tens and the second dice as units, and read that passage in this book. So I've got to read passage 22 to find out what happens as the unexpected event. Here we go, passage 22. Terrible Avian shrieks split the still air. The hunting cry of creatures twisted irredeemably by the will of Tzich. Barely did the champions have time to ready their weapons before the strange beings were upon them, all clacking beats and whistling silvery blades. Set up 1 Tanzagor per player as close as possible to the nearest unexplored exit to the rune-marked player's hero. If there are no unexplored exits, set them up at the nearest portal instead. So basically, I'm setting up for Tanzagor. So we've rolled on the encounter table C. Heroes can make this action in this chamber. So that the heroes, when they're in this chamber, can make a search roll. Roll 1 dice. On a 1, set up D3 grot scuttlers at the portal. On a 4, 5, or 6, place a stun marker on this card. The player that places the 3rd stun marker on this card can draw a treasure card. So there's a chance I can get a treasure card from in here. The Knight Quester to go. So he's got to roll his 4 dice. 2 1s, a 3 and a 6. So we spend the 2 1s straight away because on move, he only has a move of 3. So the first one he goes 1, 2, 3. Second one he goes 1, 2, 3. I think he might spend his 3+ on his guard stance. So he can do that. The Destiny dice he's going to do as a challenge. Pick his adversary movement there. Hero dice score is 4 more, so it was a 5. I can pick up to 3 adversaries instead to move up to him. So I'm going to basically move 1, 2. I'm going to move some of these little grot scuttlers up to him. Basically going to then use his last dice, which he's got, as an attack on this guy with his Warblade. So 3+ to hit. Misses. Would deal 2 damage, but he missed. Right. Adversary Phase. So as we're here, the grot scuttlers, what are they doing? A 1 on their behaviour. Web 'em! Each grot moves towards the nearest hero, then rolls a dice for each hero. If the result is higher than the number of adjacent grots, then the hero dodges aside. Otherwise, they are hit by a web and stunned. Then each grot attacks the nearest hero with whichever weapon's in range. So this guy's obviously going to move down to there. Can't get through the doors there. So these guys have only got one against them each. A 1 or a 2, they're webbed. So the Knight Quester is webbed. The Chieftain is not webbed. He is basically going to be stunned. He loses a dice. So the Knight Quester loses a dice for the turn. They then hit with whatever weapons are in range. These guys at the front here have got to hit. So there could be 1 on each. So they're going to be using their Stabber, which they get 2 dice for each one of them. They hit on a 5+ and deal 1 damage with each one. So the Knight Quester, 2 dice on him. They both miss. The Chieftain, both hit the Chieftain. Ooh. Because they've hit, before they do their damage, the heroes actually have a saving throw. So the Chieftain saving throw is a 5+, which is past both of them. He's rolled 2 5s as well. So no damage there. And then we've got the missile weapons for these guys. This one will shoot through to that one, and this one will shoot through to the missed one. So this one on the Shard missile weapon, just so everyone's getting attacked, is 1 dice. Missile 4+ to hit, deals 1 damage. It's hit the Shard. She's got a save of 5+. 6, she's made her save. And on the Mistweaver, misses. So that is the Grot Scuttler's done. What do these other guys do? A 1, Tanzagor. Blood Feast. Each Tanzagor moves towards the most wounded hero it can reach, or towards the nearest hero if it can't reach any. Then each Tanzagor attacks with Savage Blade if in range. So he just moved around to there. Move through there, but just for a bit of fun, sod it. I'm going to say that he can attack with his Savage Blade. So that's 2 dice. It hits on a 3+. So 2 hits. Does the Chieftain make any saves? He makes 1 save. So he takes 1 wound. So the Chieftain has taken a wound again. Oh, sorry, I forgot. These are like the other guys because they've got different weapons. He rolls 4. This guy here, because he's got 2 blades, he rolls 4 dice, not 2, for the Savage Blades attack. So another 2 dice. 1 hits, 1 misses. Fails his save. So the Chieftain's actually taken 2 wounds. These 2 with the shield have 7 health rather than 5, and this one with the great axe deals 2 damage rather than 1. And each time a Tanzagor inflicts a wound on a hero, it immediately attacks the same hero with Vicious Beak. So I did 2 wounds against the Chieftain. Cool, these could be deadly. So these hit on a 4+. 1 hit, 1 miss. Does he save? He makes his save. That could have been another wound. So that could have been 3 wounds on the Chieftain. That wouldn't have been good. So, Destiny Phase to start with. I actually get 3 frees. So, I don't think any different there happens. Nope, I just lose those 3 dice. So I'm left with a 4 and a 5 for the Destiny dice. It's the Shard. It's this person here to start with. Her dice. She's got 2 2s, a 4 and a... Spend the 6. She's going to teleport. And she's going to come over here to this one which has got the big great axe. And then she's going to spend her 4+ dice to do an attack. 3, not in the box. It hits. It does D3 damage. Does 2 damage to the Tanzagor. We shall just spend the other attacks on it. These are the 1+, so 2+ to hit. I hit, I deal one wound, and I hit again, deal another wound. I'm gonna spend, just to make sure that she's okay, I'm gonna spend one of the Destiny dice, so there's only 1 left, to do the same attack. I miss. So I miss on the 1. Damn it. So this guy here is actually only taken 4 wounds. And that's that done. We go to the Chieftain guy next. He's here. He's only got his 2 dice. He rolls a 1 and a 6. How many wounds have the Grot Scuttler's got? They've got 2 wounds. He's going to spend his 6 on these broadsword attack. So need a 3+ to hit, and he's going for the Grot Scuttler in front of him. I hit, deal D3 damage, deal 2 damage. He's dead. So he moves round on the renown track. And now he's going to do his death blow. He's going to do his attack on the guy with the 2 axes. He's going to try his broadsword in there and misses. And then his other dice, the 1, I'm just going to heal a wound with him. And that's going to be him done. The Night Quester, not in the box. Right, he gets a 1, 3, 4 and a 6. Oh no, sorry. I'll re-roll them because he's stunned. So he should only get 3 dice. So he gets 2 1s and a 4. Spend a 1 to try and take out this Grot Scuttler in front of him. Hits on a 3+, misses. Tries again. Hits and kills that one on it because he'll do it 2. Then his other dice. What's he going to do? Well, he's going to move. He's going to move into that space there, and then he's going to spend the last Destiny dice to try and put some wounds on this other guy. It's only the Warblade, so 3+ to hit. It does. He puts 2 wounds onto this guy. And the last person we've got, Mistweaver, who gets, that's good. Weaver, the dice that she's rolled, she's going to use the 3. We're going to try something risky here. She's going to move. She goes 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to spend another dice, and she's going to move there into this chamber next to the Grot Scuttler. So that's that. She's got a 6, so she's going to use her 6 for doing a bedazzled. We're going to see what we can stun in here. So 3 pluses to stun the bad guy. So Grot Scuttler in front of her is not stunned. The Tanzagor at the back here is stunned, the one that's heavily wounded. The one next to the Night Questor is stunned. The other Grot Scuttler is not stunned. And then guy with the shield, first one, stunned, second one, stunned. So the 2 Grot Scuttlers get to act this turn. She's got 1 dice left. All she can do is a combat 1, which she may as well attempt to do. 4+ to deal 1 damage. She does. She deals 1 damage to a Grot Scuttler. Right, let's move on to the enemy phase, which is only the Grot Scuttlers on this one. Their behaviour, they roll a 1 again, which is the Webham. So that's going to attack the Night Quester. That one's going to go for, obviously, the Mistweaver. Let's see if they get webbed. So on a 1, they get webbed. So that was Mistweaver, no. And the Night Quester is webbed. He's stunned again, so he loses a dice. They go to attack both of them with a stabby. So on the Mistweaver, 5s, no, there's 2 4s. And on the Night Quester, 2 hits. He has a save of 4+. Makes 1 save, so takes a wound. So that stun basically becomes a wound instead. So my 5 dice, I have got a double 3, which did nothing because that's we still haven't got any skill cards, and we've got a 1, 2, and a 6, so we've got 3 extra dice to use. Thing moves around again. It is the Chieftain who gets to act first. So he's still only got 3 dice. He's got 1 wound. He gets 3 6s. So he is going to use one of his 6s. He's going to just going to do his broadsword attack. So it's a 3+ to hit. He hits, does D3, a 5 or a 6 kills this guy. It's a 4. Damn it. Does 2 wounds. He is on to 1 left. I'm going to use the 1 that's down here, so I don't get to use 6 on the Destiny dice, to try his War Axe. So it's a 2+ to deal 1 damage. He rolls a 4, deal 1 damage. That guy is dead. One of his 6s, he's going to charge. So he's going to move to that guy was. And then he is going to make his attack with his broadsword. So it's a 3+, misses. His broadsword again, might as well try and take out, do some damage to this one with the shield again still. He hits, and does deal 3 damage. In the box please. Does 3 damage to him. So he has taken 3 damage. Quester, he's only got 3 dice. He rolls a 1, a 5 and a 6. Well, he may as well use his 1 to start with. See if we get a 3+ to kill the Grot Scuttler in front of us. Nope, he misses. He's 5 to see whether or not I hit. I deal 2 damage. He's dead. Right. So he's going to use the 2 from the Destiny board to make a move action to go into that space, and then he's going to use his 6 to make his Thunder Charge Strike, which he needs a 3+, and it deals 3 damage. He's going to go for the one that's already been wounded, and he misses. Typical. Did that to try and get three guaranteed wounds onto there, and he misses. Right. Mistweaver gets a 1, 2 2s, and a 3. Not particularly good. So she'll use the 1, which is a combat attack. May as well try and do it on the Grot Scuttler. Misses. Does the same with the 2. Hits and deals a point of damage. So that's that one dead. 3 that she's got to do 1, 2, 3. Oh, he was stunned, wasn't he? So he's on 1 wound left. So she's going to use her 3 to try and do a missile attack, which does D3, doesn't it? So I'm going to try that on the wounded guy with the shield, I think. 4, she hits, does D3 wounds. Only does 1 wound. Only 1 wound to him, but 1 wound's better than none. She's just going to move to there, I think. Tell you what, no, she's going to use the 6 from the Destiny thing as well to see if she can stun the guys in this area. So this guy here with the Great Axe and 3 is stunned. The wounded guy with a shield is stunned. The other guy with a shield, which is out of the box, he's stunned. Oh, so they're all stunned again anyway. So they're not gonna do anything. So the last person, here we go. 1, 2, 4, and 6. So the 1, she's going to use 2+ to hit. She hits, deals a wound, kills this guy with the Great Axe. And that's him dead. She'll use the 2 to just move into this space. She'll use both the other dices to use the Reaper Gauntlet. So 3+ to hit. The guy not wounded. 1 hit. Deals 3 damage. And the other one misses. Phase. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get all dice. We use the knight. He can go first, so he gets his 3 dice. 2 6s and a 2. So the 6, he might as well use a Thunder Charge Strike. He's going to do it on the one that's wounded slightly more to start with, because he's only got 3 wounds left and this deals 3 damage. So 3 plus to kill. He kills. He gets a 5. He kills that one. Another renowned. He'll do the same. 3 plus to deal 3 wounds on this guy. He does. He gets a 4, so that's 3 wounds onto that guy. And then he might as well use his Warblade. 3 plus to kill. No, I failed to kill there. I'm going to use the 1 from here. I'm going to try again. No, he fails there. And he's going to use another dice just from the Destiny thing just to heal his wounds. So he's done. The Mistweaver gets 3, 4, 5, and 6. So she can. All of them could be missile attack. So we'll start with the 3. The missile attack 3 plus. Misses. The 4 hits. Does D3. Does 1, which they hit. Yes, so that kills this one. So that is all enemies dead. Oh, 3 people left to go. So she's going to use. She's going to use the 5 for her dice, and she's going to go over there. I'm going to use another Destiny dice, and I'm going to explore again. Gears clatter and a section of the floor rotates away until only a narrow ledge remains. As the champions took their first tentative steps onto that precarious span, an unnatural zephyr begins to glow. If your hero moves into the perilous space, which is this space here where there's only 1 square they can actually move into, you must take 4 dice and stack them on top of each other so that at least 1 pip is fully visible on the uppermost surface of each. If the stack topples, a gust throws your heroes off balance as they leap for more solid ground, landing badly and suffer a wound. Move. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. She's not going to go for the over the perilous edge at the moment. Me next person, me shard person. What's she get? 2, 4, 5, 5. I didn't roll them in the dice tray, but never mind for the moment. I should leave it as that. I'm not going to worry too much about the treasure card here. She's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 for her first dice. And the next dice, she's going to go 1, 2. Let's see if she takes a wound. So I've got 4 dice. Start with 6. So there's 1 pip showing there. Ah, it's fallen. Oh, so that's fallen. So she has suffered a wound. But she moves up to there. She will use another dice. I've still got the Chieftain to go after this. So, and she is going to explore the next area. We may as well just let's get this going. She has found perilous footing, which is more treacherous than walking on shifting sand. Coins and detritus. Can't pronounce it. It's just, I don't know if it focuses in. Spilled away in rattling shower of every step. Roll on encounter table B. Okay, so we've got an encounter in here. What we got? Let's roll the dice. In the tray, we've got 2 on encounter table B. We have got 1 pink horror. So we have got the pink horror is back. Each time a hero moves into a space in this chamber, they must reduce the score of their lowest hero dice by 1. If the lowest dice is showing a score of 1, remove it and replace it with a wound marker. She is. This is going to be her. This is her last dice, so she won't get wounded. So she's going to move in there, and then she's going to use one of the dice from the Destiny board to do her Reaper Gauntlet attack. So she needs a 3+ to hit. She hits. She rolled a 4. Deal D3 wounds. Deals 3 wounds. So he's got his 3 dice. He rolls 6, 6, and a 3. So he's going to use 3 to move. Where he goes 1, 2, 3. He's going to use another 3, one of his 6s to move. Or he's going to go through the portal when he comes out here and then moves there. So his 6 now becomes a 5. Actually, I could make that 6. That could be a charge action. So he gets to do an attack as well. Actually, he may as well just use his war axe. So it's 2+ to deal 1 wound to kill it. No, I roll a 1. So again, I'm just going to do war axe with my last dice. 2+, I get a 2, deal 1 wound. The pink horror did not survive particularly long, but it is replaced by a blue horror. When a pink horror is slain, replace it with a blue horror, then place another blue horror as close as possible. So it is replaced with 2 blue horrors. And then we shall use. I'm going to use the last dice on the Destiny board to heal the Chieftain's wound. So he's fully. So only this person here is actually taking a wound at the moment, and that is my go. Bad guys go. Let's roll a dice, see what they do. Blue horrors, they get a 6. Ooh. Vicious capering. Each horror in the group moves towards the nearest hero. Each horror in the group then attacks the nearest hero with either blue fire or flickering blade, whichever one is in range. So it's going to be flickering blade, 1 on each of them. So 1 on the Chieftain. Flickering blade is a close combat one. It's 2 dice. They need a 3+ to hit. They get 2 hits. So let's see if he saves. 5+ to save. He makes 2 saves. 5 and a 6. The other one on the shard gets 1 hit, and it's a 5+ to save for her. She fails her save. She takes another wound, so she's taken 2 wounds. And that is them done. Right. Phase. We've got 2 5s. A 1, 3, and 4. So what happens with 2 5s? If any 5s are discarded and there are 3 or more adversaries on the board, there's only 2. I don't have to set up slot. The Mistweaver's turn. So she's over here, rolls her 4 dice. 2 3s, a 4, and a 6. Well, she will spend one of her 3s to move. She's going to go through this portal, and she's going to move 1 down to there. Which actually she doesn't need to. She's going to stay. She can stay there. So she moves 1. She's going through the portal and stepping out there into the room, going ha ha. And then she's got 3, 4, and 6, which she's going to start blasting. She's going to fire missiles off. We're firing a missile off at this first one here. It's a hit because it's 4+ to hit. They have 2 wounds these, so a 3+ because it does D3 wounds, so a 3+ to kill. Get a 4. He's dead. Brimstone person. I'm going to attempt to hit the other one with a missile. I miss. Last missile attack on the other blue horror. Misses. Right, Shard. What she gets? She's only got 2 dice. She gets a 2 and a 3. So she's going to spend the 1 from the Destiny and the 2 of her own dice to heal her 2 wounds. So she's fully healed. Then she's got 1 other dice. She's just going to attempt to take out the... she might as well just do a 2+ to try and kill the little brimstone person. Actually, she'll go for the blue horror. Same attack, just deals 1 damage, so he's taken 1 damage. I won't spend any of the other dice. I'll leave it as that. So it's the Chieftain's go. 1, 2, 3, 4 is what he's rolled. So he's going to do... He's just going to do his War Axe into the blue horror. So a 2+. Kills the blue horror. It's a 1. Try again with his 2. He kills the blue horror. So he gets 1 renown. And the little brimstone person comes on. He's going to attempt to death blow into this brimstone person. So basically you can... Then he spends the hero dice. He's just going to do the same thing again. 2+ deal wound. Kills that one. And then he's got 2 dice left. He will just use 1 dice to try and take out that one. Rolls a 6. He does. He kills that one. And then he's just going to use his other dice. Want to move to there. So all his dice have used. 2 to 4 dice. 2, 2, 4, 5. So he's going to go spend a 2 to move. There he goes. 1, 2. He can't go any further than that because he can't come out the portal and stand on a character. He'll spend his other 2 to move. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So his 4 becomes a 2. So he's now got 2 and a 5 in the dice. He'll spend his 2 to explore. 2 cards left, 50-50 as to whether or not it's the chamber we flip. The way divides. Nope, that is literally going to be the last card. Now the way divides is the two-way one, so I'm just going to put the room on there nicely for you, and let's see what does this do. With every step forward, the glittering mist thickens, heavy with half-glimpsed shapes and shattered fragments of memory. Roll on encounter table A. 2d6 I have to roll for encounter table A. I get a 3. So we get a Skaven Death Runner. Destiny dice. We'll spend 1 to move and go 1, 2. We're in with the Death Runner. And we spend this one 3+ to do 2 damage to the Death Runner. I deal 2 damage to the Death Runner. The wounds start. Enemy phase. It's his go. Let's roll a... I was going to have a quick read through because I've never actually fought against one of these Skaven Death Runners. So they move 6. They can escape from pinning whenever they want because their agility is a 1+, and they have 13 wounds. He's got 11 each. Chosen to kill. When a Death Runner is set up, each player rolls a dice. The hero who scores the lowest, re-roll ties, is the Death Warrior's... Oh, okay. Didn't do that one. So a dice from each of the heroes. And the lowest there is the shard. So this person here is who he wants to kill at the moment. Deathly Assassins. The Death Runner cannot be stunned. When he is slain, whichever hero landed the killing blow gains D3 renowned rather than 1. Each other hero gains 1 renowned. Okay? The deed is done. If the Death Runner's quarry is grievously wounded, when you roll on his behaviour table, add 3 to the result. So if he manages to hurt the shard, illusionary twin, although he has 2 identical miniatures, there is only one Death Runner with the uncanny ability to appear in 2 places at once. If one of the miniatures is slain whilst the other is on the board, roll a dice. On a 1, 2, or 3, the slain model was an illusion. It is removed, but the heroes gain no renown. On a 4, 5, or 6, it was the true Death Runner. and both miniatures are removed. Blimey. Okay, so behaviour table. Let's roll, see what he does. A 1. Assassinate. The Death Runner moves towards his quarry, then he attacks his quarry with his blood blade. If they're in range, otherwise he attacks each hero he can seize with either a stab slicer or warp stars, whichever is in range. The Rune Mark player can choose in which order he attacks the hero. So it's a 1+ to escape pinning. So he's going to escape pinning and he moves 6. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. And he's going to attack with his blood blade on his quarry, which is extremely deadly. So blood blade is 1 dice, thank God. It's a combat, so it's close combat. It hits on a 3+. He's hit. He's rolled a 6, so he's hit. It deals D6 damage. It deals 5 damage. Blimey, I need to make a couple of saves here. So 5+ to save, 5 wounds. I make 3 saves. Whew, that's lucky. So I take 2 wounds. That could have killed my character outright. That I don't like this Death Runner. He is very, very deadly. So that's his 2 wounds there. I've rolled a double 1 and a double 6. Uh-oh. That does not sound particularly good. Well, double 1 definitely doesn't sound particularly good. If any 1s or 6s are discarded, an unexpected event occurs. Roll 2 dice, one after the other. Treat the first dice. Okay. So we've got 2. So I've got 2 unexpected events to come. Let's see. The first one is number 14. A thick and cloying fog billows up to engulf the champions. Scantily blue and purple vapours in which strange lights swarm. The clouds shredded apart as quickly as they had come, but in their wake they left Carrick Acolytes who sprang swiftly to the attack. Roll a dice and place that many Acolytes next to the board. Starting with the Rune Mark player and going clockwise, each player sets up one of those Acolytes as close to their hero as possible until they've all been set up. So we've got 6. Right. You are the Rune Mark player to start with. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to get 2 more of these guys. There's 1. There should be 5. And there's another 1. 6. Wow, okay, so that was the first unexpected event. The next one, 52. The air resounded with a cacophony of demonic voices, gleeful shrieks, jabbering riddles, curses uttered backwards, and threats that dripped like slime from the air echoed around the champions in a maddening din. The fires changed, leapt high, then guttered out to leave capering horrors in their wake. Each player rolls a dice. On a 1 or a 2, their hero is set ablaze with demonic wildfire and suffers a wound. Right, so we'll start with the order that we're going. So we've got the Shard, is okay. The Chieftain suffers a wound. The Night Quester suffers a wound, and the Mistweaver is okay. Then set up a pink horror at the nearest portal. If there are at least 3 players, also sets up 2 blue horrors at the same portal. So we're not even in the final room yet. Oh, there should be a portal there. So we're going to set up the pink horror, and it says nearest portal. There's a guy here and 2 blue horrors in here. So the Night Quester is going to be in there by himself. So right, we are in this extremely deadly room here. Hero phase. So we start with the shard. She's got 2 dice. A 1 and a 5. She's got a... Well, no, she'll do the 5. She'll do a Reaper Gauntlets. And we will try and take out this Acolyte here. The one with the big glaive. One of the ones on her. She hits. Deals D3. Deals 3 damage. Excellent. 1 dead. Her last dice... she's going to use the Destiny dice. She's going to heal her 2 wounds. So she is fully healed. That is her done. Just because obviously the Death Runner's got it in for her still. The Chieftain. 1, 2, 3 is what he has rolled. So he can only really do his War Axe. That's all he can do. So it's a 2+ to hit to do 1 damage. That's the guy with 2 weapons, so he's going to see if he can kill this guy and then do a death blow into the Death Runner. So 2+, yeah, 1 wound. Nope. 2 wounds. So this guy has just taken 2 wounds. So he's on 1 left. The Night Quester. 1, 3, and 6. So the 3 he's going to put on his guard stance, so he's got a save, and then he's going to use the 6 is going to try the Thunder Charge Strike on this guy, 3+ to kill him. It's a 4, that's him dead. Oh, I forgot he gets a renowned. He gets another renowned there, and then he's 1. He will try and attack a blue horror because 3+ kills a blue horror. It's a 3+. I kill a blue horror, and that turns to a brimstone person, and he gets another renown for that one. Mistweaver does not get a 6. That's not what I wanted to see. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm sure it's still right. I'm going to put the 4 on the Glimmer Mist. I think she's just going to have to do 3 attacks into. She's going to do it into this one here with the glaive. That's going to be attacking her because it's a 4+ to hit, and she only does 1 wound with each hit. First one does 1 wound, does 2 wounds, does 3 wounds, kills that one. Good choice on that one. On the page here with the Acolytes, I'll do the Death Runner last. So the Acolytes, what are they doing on their behaviour table? A 1. Draw their blood. Each Acolyte moves towards the nearest hero. He hasn't got one on, but the other 3 have. So then attacks them with whichever weapon is in range. Then roll a dice. Add 1 to the result for each wound they cause. On a 6 or more, set up a pink horror at the nearest portal. Blimey. Okay, so this shield guy on the shard, they're going to be attacking with their Cursed Blade because they're all in combat. So it's 4 pluses to hit. 2 4s, they get ignored because of the Glimmer Mist. Till the end of the round, any attacks to target the mystery or any other hero in the same chamber will miss if attack. So that's handy. 2 on the Mistweaver, both miss, and 2 on the Chieftain, 1 hits. There's a 4 and a 5 there, so that Glimmer Mist has already made been worth its mark. It's right, 5+ to save. Makes his save. Of course the Chieftain makes his save. You can't hurt a Chieftain. Right. Pink, the horrors, because they're on this page. Pink Horror, what does he do? Oh, I forgot. None of them were wounded, were they? Nope, none were wounded. So, Pink Horror, 5. Vicious Escaper. Each horror in this group moves towards the nearest hero. Each horror in the group then attacks the nearest hero with either blue fire or flickering blade. So, it's attacking with flickering blade. So 2 dice. It's a 2+ to hit. Both hit. The Night Quester has got a 3-up save at the moment. So 2 saves. Whichever is in range. Right. Blue Horror, what's he doing? A 2. Each horror in the group attempts to move so it is not adjacent to any hero, but can see at least one of them. So he's got a pinning of 2+. Yep, he can move. So I'm just going to move him 1 space away there. So you can see at least one of them. Each horror in the group attacks the nearest hero they can with blue fire or flickering rate. So it's going to attack with blue fire. So it's 1 dice. It's a 4+. It misses. And then the Brimstone, what does he do? A 2. Right, he attacks with... He's trying to do the same. He moves away because he's only got 1+ for the agility. And he hits on a 5+. He misses. So the only person left to act now is the Skaven Death Runner. Let's move the camera just up, just a touch. You can still see the board, but there. So the Skaven Death Runner, what's he going to do? A 6. Set up the Death Runner's second miniature as close to the first as possible. Oh, great. So here is the second one. As close as possible. There we go. With the same number of wounds next to it as the first. The second miniature moves so that it's adjacent to as many heroes as possible. Then attacks each hero with... so it's got to move to there. It can move, because it's got agility, it can go around to there. So it can attack the Mist Weaver and the Shard with Stab Slicer. So, on the Mist Weaver, Stab Slicer, 3 dice, 3+ to hit, there's 1 damage. It's no all misses there, because one of them was a 4, so that misses. And on the Shard, 2 hits, 2 5-up saves, fails both of them, 2 wounds. Destiny Phase. 5 dice in, and we have lost all our dice. We've got 3 3s and 2 6s, so we lose all our dice. What happens there?